What did you do to die today, America? I'm Zach Nanimus.
Johnny Dim.
And you are once again at episode 109, I believe.
10.
Whoa, 1010.
What? 1010.
1010. Episode 110 of the WarPod. The WarPod is, of course, the official podcast of the, I was about to say the Houston Nerdcasting Collective, the Warlocks Entertainment System. Your one-stop shop for all pop culture news in Houston area and the world. Johnny Dim.
That's me.
Where's your torso?
Gone.
Thank you.
Because it's St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day.
Mr. St. Patrick's Day. And I'm wearing a green shirt. We use the green screen. We wear the green screen.
Yep. I wear the green screen at night.
Right.
Because I can't afford a blanket.
Which is fine.
Okay.
It's cozy, actually. Mm-hmm. But no, that's why you cannot see my torso, because it's St. Patrick's Day, and we thought this would be really funny.
Isn't it? Look at it. Do this with me, Johnny. But none of that matters. Johnny, what you playing?
Oh, no!
Wait, turn the filter back on. I don't want to see your body anymore.
Okay.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Wait, but that's just...
No, it's done. It's good.
It's just gray.
No, I have to close...
Oh, okay.
Right, that's something else.
All right.
Oh, yeah, what have I been playing? You just asked me a question.
I did. Those moments ago.
Got it. Nailed it. Twilight Imperium.
Twilight Imperium, the worst board game in the world.
The best board game in the world. I hadn't played it in a while, and because I am going to be a dad soon, we knew that I wasn't going to be able to play this game very often after the baby comes, because it is an endeavor. It is a journey. Okay, so 4th edition is out. I only played the 4th edition about 3 or 4 times. It does not quite take as long as the 3rd edition. 3rd edition took about, we would say, roughly about 7 hours. That would be just the average. But now I played Twilight Imperium. What we did, so me and 2 friends, Jonesy and Marlon. Okay, so we got together yesterday to play. I couldn't play until 6 because I had a work thing, and so we get here, we get all to my house, we get it all laid out, and we're like, hey, you know what we haven't done in a while? Because we've only done it one other time. Let's all play 2 races. So it's a space conquest game, so there's alien races, and
species.
Yeah, species. Well, they say races in the book. Anyway, so we each played 2. So there's sort of basically 6 players playing. And it took us a very long time. We didn't finish until almost 3 o'clock in the morning.
To put it in perspective, for those of you who don't like to abuse yourselves, it's what they call a 4X game. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4X. And that means, and before I knew the term, I said this about that game. There, inside that bad game, there are 4 pretty good games. And that's what 4X means. It means they had 4 ideas for a game, and they made it all into one game. Because, like, you're also members of parliament, and you vote on stuff, and then there's mission objectives, but you can also win by a blackout. Like, you can literally just kill everybody else. So
this game,
space combat.
Right, but this game has victory points, and you're all trying to get to 10 victory points first. And there's different ways to get those. Well, the objectives, and there's secret and private objectives. No, I'm sorry, public and secret objectives.
So if we were to break it down, the 4 games, the parliamentary aspect.
Yeah, that's actually what I was looking up, because this actually started. They called 4X games started with the Civilization series. That's which is actually it's a computer game.
I've played the board game, the home version.
Here it is: explore, expand, exploit, and exterminate. That's the 4Xs.
Okay.
Yeah. But like I said, they actually made the 4th edition of this game is amazing. It's really good, and like I said, it doesn't take as long. But when you double the amount of turns that happen, it gets ridiculous.
It always takes a huge amount of time, regardless.
I think it would have taken us a third of the time less if we had not doubled.
You spent functionally 12 hours.
I guess. How does math work?
You start at 6?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, and 3. So 9, almost 9 hours.
Okay. You stopped at 3?
Right before 3.
You didn't text me until like an hour and a half later.
Oh, I was in bed checking my phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good for you.
Thank you.
And now you can burn that game.
No. We've definitely been playing.
Of course not. Of course you can't burn that game because it costs $300.
150, I think. No, it may have been close to 200.
So
but,
it's like buying a television you can only watch twice a year.
Essentially. What's crazy about this is I actually won that last night, which it's the second time I've won that game. That's in 3rd and 4th edition.
The 8 times you've played it in your entire lifetime. Because no one ever wants to play that game.
I've got 2 people that'll play it.
He didn't even call me.
No, I did. I know you wouldn't want to play it.
All right.
What have you been playing?
I haven't been playing much of anything, but I did recently read something I started reading something that's nerdy.
Oh.
Dragon Ball Super.
Oh.
I haven't seen any episodes of the show. I have seen Resurrection F.
Okay. My knowledge on Dragon Ball Z is it's not a big thing. So where does Dragon Ball Z Super fit in the timeline?
1 year has passed since the end of the Buu saga.
Okay.
That's where we begin.
Okay. This is the one I've heard people talk about in the last couple of years, right?
Yeah, because it was new. It was brand new.
Yeah.
They actually recently ended it, I think last year.
Okay.
And I've been looking for a new manga to get into. I like to find things that like aren't just reboots or rehashes. But I was like, you know what? I recently started watching Dragon Ball, and that experiment was a failure. I can't remember.
You told me about that.
Did I even talk about it on the show?
No.
Okay, so Japan is a different country with different sensibilities.
Yep.
And in the 80s or 90s, I think it was 80s.
Yeah, I think you're right, in the 80s.
Yeah, when Dragon Ball came out, it was even different, kind of like the sensibilities
even
that
more
we
different.
have today.
Yeah.
In America are different from the sensibilities that we had in the 80s. So now, taking essentially alien culture and then 50 years ago now. Is it 50 years ago now?
What, the 80s?
Yeah.
80s? 90s? No, just start 90s. 10, or almost to 30 years.
No.
Yeah, because if you just talk at the end of the 80s is the 90s, that's a decade.
Take 85.
85,
okay,
95, 2005, 2015, not quite 40.
Okay, not quite 40.
Yeah.
All right. So, what I'm getting at here is that Dragon Ball is super duper weird for an American audience today.
That's why they so drastically edited and censored it when they aired it here.
There's just a lot of really sexual jokes, and all the characters are kids, and so that winds up getting sexualized. It's weird, and that has to do with Japan literally has different sensibilities and standards, and the way their sex laws work is completely different from ours. Yeah. Either way, I decided to stop. I always enjoyed Dragon Ball Z.
Sure.
I picked up Dragon Ball Super, and it was the first comic book to make me laugh out loud in a long time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Because there was this thing, and all the artwork's great. The story's fine. There's some annoying things like they have to fight this guy called Lord Beerus, Lord Destruction. All the ethereal people have alcohol names. Like his guardian is a guy named Whis.
Okay.
So he's whiskey.
Okay.
So they asked Shinron, hey, how do I become even more powerful to fight Beerus? And he was like, there's this thing called the Super Saiyan God. And they're like, how do we do it? And he's like, you need six noble Saiyans to come together, and okay. And then they're like, oh, we don't have 6, but Gohan's wife is pregnant now, so that's technically Saiyan in there. And so they all held hands, and like it was literally just in little captions. It was like, and so the 6 came together and held hands, and then Goku was a god. And it was like, I feel like we could have done a whole issue,
yeah,
on this. We could have had a whole manga book which the manga books themselves are like 6 or 7 stories.
Uh-huh.
Like we could have gone 6 or 7 stories, like explaining why this is a thing, why nobody knew about it. Maybe they would even like go to like the remains of Planet Vegeta, or maybe like back in time to like find a scroll. They handled it in 4 panels. So
like nobody cares. We'll just get to the fun part.
But what made me laugh is they go to this tournament, and it's a universal tournament. It's literally Universe 6 versus Universe 7. And they have an opening ceremony, and this guy comes out, and it was like, and now please all rise for the Universal National Anthem. And I was like, okay, I'm going to have to sit through like this stupid song that's like just gonna
not sit through, read.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to read the song, and I'm gonna have no context for what they were going for, and it's just gonna be bad, like all songs in books.
Yeah.
And like the guy comes out and he's like, "Our universe is so huge." Thank you. It's like the perfect way to do a song gag in a book. Very proud of that book. Very happy for that. That
is
book
funny.
rather.
Nobody would want to read a song like that.
Yeah. All right. That's what I've been doing.
All right.
Johnny Depp.
Yep.
I feel like you've got some stuff going on in your head.
Oh, yeah?
And some of that stuff you're going to spew out at me.
Okay.
Some of it you're going to save for later
Uh-huh.
because it's shameful.
Uh-huh.
It gets you excited.
Oh, God!
In your jockey shorts.
In my jockey shorts?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want you to only say to me the things that you want to project out of your mouth hole at me.
That was a really convoluted way of trying to get to our next topic, which is Doom Annihilation the movie.
Doom Annihilation the movie.
Yeah, there's a trailer out for this movie.
Is this a direct sequel to the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson vehicle from like 2003?
Doubt it.
Why is it then?
Although they look like they're in the same universe because they both look like they're fucking terrible.
Okay. Why does it have a subtitle if it's not a sequel?
Just so when people
can't it just be
just so when people search for it, they'll get this movie instead of the old one.
Everybody knows if you're looking for the sequel to Blues Brothers, it's Blues Brothers 2000 every single time.
Right.
Everybody's comfortable with this. Everybody knows if you're looking for Batman, there's 2 movies called Batman. Okay.
1989
and 1966.
Yeah, that's what you have to use the year.
Everybody knows.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. They could have gone that route. Maybe they're just trying to separate themselves.
All right. What is it? Okay, so this Doom movie's happening.
Uh-huh.
All right. So once you just
roll
your
footage.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Man received a distress
Doom Slayer.
almost before the base went offline.
Volt Molder base.
Move up.
Is this a sci-fi original movie?
Looks like it, doesn't it?
It really does. Oh boy!
It's not a game anymore.
What is going on?
What is going on?
Right.
Opened up a portal to hell.
Portal to hell. That's what he said.
Okay. That's it?
That's it.
It looks like this is like it feels like somebody who like made it big, like selling, like not even selling pickles and olives, trading stocks in pickles and olives canneries.
Right.
They struck it rich. They got lucky. They suddenly had $100 million in their pocket, and this is their first try at making a movie.
Yeah.
And they picked up the cheapest movie license they possibly could.
Which it sounds like another The Room situation, or Tommy Wiseau. He got rich doing something completely different, but he really wanted to make a movie.
Well, it's like this. Like it feels like it's just another business venture for whoever's doing this. Like it's like, what do the kids like? Video games. What's a video game? Doom. What's in these days? Nostalgia. I'll take Doom, which is a video game, but it's an older video game, and it's nostalgic for 2 reasons. Both the game and the movie. Make a new one, put the most generic subtitle I possibly can underneath it that's been used 1,000,000 times. Get the B team from the Sci-Fi Channel to barely put together the special effects. Boom, movie.
See, it's just okay. I'm gonna look up the like who's in it.
I want you to look up every other Annihilation movie.
Wait, wasn't there a Mortal Kombat?
There is Mortal Kombat Annihilation, Silent Hill Annihilation, Resident Evil Annihilation. Back to the Future Annihilation.
Oh boy, yeah. Back to the Future Annihilation. I would watch the shit out of that.
Prince of Egypt Annihilation.
I just want to know what.
But it's spelled like the river.
Nice. Amy Manson.
Okay.
Amy Manson. That's why she's not in anything because her name is terrible.
Well, it's possible
Well,
that that's literally Marilyn Manson's kid.
Right. That's probably yeah. Okay, she's done a lot of TV stuff. Which is not surprising.
Okay.
Has she done anything that we know? Doom Annihilation, Graywell, Run. Those are all post production, so they're not out yet. Beats. She played a cat, or maybe someone named Cat. Legacies.
The White Princess. Little insensitive.
Yeah. T2 Train Spot. Okay.
I didn't realize that they called it T2.
They did.
That's funny.
Once Upon a... So we've heard of that. I've heard of that. Once Upon a Time. Not super familiar. The Chameleon.
She plays Merida.
Of course. Estranged. The Chameleon. Atlantis. Okay. Oh, that TV series.
We don't need to know any of this. What is important here, Johnny?
I think this is a sci-fi original.
Here's what's important here. We can finally skip a movie.
But here's the thing: we shouldn't.
You want to watch this? There's no reason to watch this movie.
Well, that's the thing. We have one of our channels in which some people are watching our show right now. Quite Contrary. We have not done a Quite Contrary proper video in a while. We've had some ideas of what movie we want to do to bring it back. That style of video we do. I think we found it. To find the good in this movie.
But nobody cares. Like,
I do.
Sure, okay, we can do it as a passion project. But
yes.
Like I would the last 3 Marvel movies, I have had really no interest in, and I see them because we do this.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And we can skip this movie. We can skip a movie. Actually, there's a bunch of movies that I kind of accidentally skipped, and we did nothing that we should have seen, and apparently they were good. Into the Spider-Verse was apparently good.
Right.
I saw my first trailer for it last night.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, I really wish I'd seen this movie now.
I was in I think I talked about this. I was in a position, I was at the theater. Me and Frank had not picked our movie yet. The one we went to go see, the website lied to us when we got there, and there was no showing at the time that they said there was.
Okay.
So we're staring at the thing. I've got Into the Spider-Verse. There was some movie. Oh, I think Aquaman. We could have seen that again.
I have not seen that movie.
You don't need to. And then I saw that Replicas was out, which is the Keanu Reeves movie no one saw.
Oh, right.
And I saw Replicas on purpose because I knew it was bad. It was obviously bad. I've fallen into this thing. I don't know if I'm just falling too far down in this hole, but I'm in this. I don't know. I'm a fan of bad movies now. I like watching bad movies. Certain ones. There's other movies like...
I watched a Keanu Reeves last night.
Oh, what'd you watch?
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. It's on Amazon.
Excellent!
Not their thing. Well, they say it sometimes.
Yeah, they do.
Huh?
Yeah. Who am I thinking of?
Wayne's World.
Oh, they do say that more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. They scratch their bellies while this hand has a small seizure. That's it. and they make a noise. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm glad we sussed that out. Okay, Johnny.
Yeah.
Please, for the love of God, skip Doom Annihilation.
Nope.
Okay. Then at least introduce the next topic. Oh boy.
Got it. James Gunn. We've talked about him a few times.
It's party time. Excellent. James Gunn.
Okay, James Gunn is... I like the way I phrased this, actually. James Gunn is doing both Marvel and DC.
Is he, though?
Yeah.
They've confirmed
They've confirmed he is doing Suicide Squad first, and then he's going to go direct Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, we kind of said our piece on James Gunn a few episodes ago.
Right. It's not about the controversy anymore. I thought this was an interesting thing because we have not. I don't think. Oh, the only other director I know that has done it to both Marvel and DC movies is Jon Favreau. That's not true. It's actually
Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he did the original Daredevil and Elektra movies.
Mm-hmm.
No.
No.
But he.
Oh, he came back.
He started with Avengers.
Right. He did Avengers.
Avengers was his, and then.
Oh, right. He came back and helped with Justice League. He didn't direct the whole thing.
Right.
He did some of the, I think some of the reshoots and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Was that Joss Whedon or was?
Yeah.
There was another boy, Opie.
No, that was Solo.
Was that Solo?
He came and helped Solo.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you're right. Joss Whedon is one of those guys that gets a lot of flack lately, and I have no idea why. I think like people. Okay, we are divided as a country when it comes to Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yes, we are.
I think it's stupid.
I hate it.
It's a stupid show.
I've never liked it.
But I liked Firefly.
Right, and I just don't care. I never caught on to Firefly. I even tried to watch it. I still didn't.
Dr. Horrible Sing Along Blog?
That's good.
Okay.
I know Joss Whedon does some good work. I'm just not a fan of the stuff that's got the real cult followings. I just have not. It's just not for me.
The thing is like he sometimes and honestly even in Avengers he does some really cutesy stuff.
Right.
But he also does really good character stuff.
Right.
Like all of the Hawkeye on the farm stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That was his thing.
That makes sense.
And he fought to have as much as there was in there. In fact, people kind of forget that in Avengers 2, there's this weirdo like part where Thor like runs off and does something else.
Right. And they never followed up with that appropriately.
Yeah.
They said they were going to, and they never did.
And that's because Joss Whedon wanted both.
Right.
And they're like, you can't have both.
Right.
The movie would be too long. Even
Right.
though the movie was already devastatingly long.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we're getting to the point where the Marvel movies, like, if we're actually going to explain them and suss it out and do them well, like, they might need to be the length of Lord of the Rings movies.
Which is fine for me. I like a good, long movie.
Yeah.
As long as it's good. Otherwise, it's painful.
I mean, nowadays, they're just, like... They're real carbon copy. They're real safe. They're real.
Yeah.
They're just cute. They're just cute little movies to sell toys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Thor thing, the Thor thing, and he went to a well.
He went to a well. He was there with his professor friend.
Yeah.
And his
professor friend helped him find it.
And I think he traveled. I think he traveled somewhere to.
I thought he just bathed in the waters and then he was
had a vision or something.
Like sight beyond sight.
Because I thought he transported, but I can't remember.
And this told him that. I think that was the first inklings of Thanos, or that somehow all these terrible things happening were connected.
Maybe. I don't remember.
But Joss Whedon couldn't have both, so he went with the character piece, which is what people really remember about that movie.
Yes. Absolutely.
You know, I've always liked it. I didn't like Buffy the Vampire Slayer or anything associated with it because I think it had 2 spin-offs.
Angel
and Dangle. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Angel and Dangle.
Yeah, they were friends, brothers even.
Now I'm certain you're so glad that you tuned in. Okay.
Sorry.
But we were talking about James Gunn.
Uh-huh.
Because James Gunn has done both now.
He will be doing both.
Now, going back to Richard Myers, I was actually listening to him today, and that was nothing. We always, you know, if you watch the show, we always check to see if
someone might be telling us that like they
nothing,
can't get the feed.
Nothing's working.
Right.
He was saying that James Gunn actually had a co-writer. Mm-hmm. On the first Guardians of the Galaxy, mm-hmm. And then after that, it was kind of like the George Lucas effect. He was the big celebrity that came out of that movie.
So the other guy was doing most of the work.
Huh? Oh, not. I'm not going to go out on a limb and say he was doing most of the work, but that collaboration produced Guardians of the Galaxy 1, mm-hmm. And then James Gunn did Guardians of the Galaxy 2 all by himself. Okay. And I think, we may have a brand new audience at this point. The people who actually tune into these, and I didn't like 2 as much because it didn't explain itself terribly well.
I think most people didn't like it as much as the original.
There was a spark gone because we were talking about organically introducing elements, be it diversity or whatever, and something that's important to Guardians of the Galaxy 1 is music. Mm-hmm. And how it was introduced, why it's a part of it, was all extremely organic. And I remember the first scene. The first scene is so charming because you've got Star-Lord coming down onto this wasteland. It's a tense situation. He's going towards a goal. You don't know exactly what that goal is yet. There's a little bit of mystery. There's going to be elements of discovery. And he seems like just kind of a normal guy, and then he turns on his helmet, and he's ready to go. Or does he turn off his helmet? I can't remember. And then we see his face most of the time.
I think we see his face. I think we see his face after. I think he's wearing the helmet.
Yeah. And so I think he turns off his helmet and then puts on his headphones, just because that's what he does, and it might even be something that he does to like break the tension for himself, because he is going into a dangerous thing. He's not sure what kind of hornet's nest he's going to kick here. And then we get like what does that movie begin with? What's the first song? It's a relatable song. It's one everybody likes. It was just a hit song from the 70s.
Was it the Redbone one?
Maybe.
That's the one that I always remember from that.
Yeah. It may have been Come and Get Your Love.
Yeah.
Which, excellent song. Then, like, fast forward to Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And the first scene... Oh, and by the way, what he does at the end of that scene is collect an Infinity Stone.
Sorry.
I'm
going to see what it is.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, so we see him as Star-Lord in the beginning.
Here we go.
Yeah, and so then when faced with an element of diversity, there's a lot of build-up. Then we subvert what's going to be going on here with Peter Quill just kind of mucking around, turning on his Sony Walkman. Yeah, that's right.
It is.
Yeah. And it's really charming.
Yeah.
We see him dance around just because this is what he does.
Right.
And then at the end of this, he's going to collect an Infinity Gem, something that's really important to the story.
Right.
And really important to the entire Marvel story at this point.
Yeah.
Fast forward to Guardians of the Galaxy, and like they're fighting this slug monster, and then Rocket Raccoon is like putting some amps together.
And baby Groot is going in on a big dance routine.
Yeah, and like the whole thing is that we got to have tunes while we're fighting the monster. Yeah. Because because we did it in the first movie.
Right.
And then they fight the monster, and that monster, they were getting batteries from him or something like that.
No. The monster was attracted to the energy source and was going to take it, so they were defending it.
Yeah, it just
and then Rocket Raccoon just ended up stealing them.
Yeah, it just wound up not being terribly important.
No.
Like, it was just why the adventure started and having not much to do with anything else.
No, you're absolutely right.
And like, it was just an excuse to have Baby Groot dance.
Yeah.
And why did they bring Baby Groot anyway?
Yeah, he shouldn't be.
He's super ineffectual. They had no idea what his powers were.
It's not safe. So I was going to show you something.
That's what I'm talking about, is that Guardians of the Galaxy felt like a complete experience, and Guardians of the Galaxy 2 felt like a clip show that was put together because certain elements of the first one worked. So we're like, we need this because it worked. We need this because it worked, and like it didn't close itself off.
Right.
The spark was gone.
It was kind of like that very typical sequel, where it took what they thought were the favorite things from the first one and kind of just copied them again. Yeah.
So if I'm gonna have a feeling on this at all, is that if we're gonna put the band back together, we need the drummer.
Exactly.
Yeah. The drummer doesn't get a lot of love, but you gotta have it.
Exactly.
Or it's not done. All right.
I think it's this guy.
What?
Yeah, this guy. This guy. We were talking about how James Gunn is both doing DC and Marvel, and we've had Chris Evans has been well, technically it was Marvel, but it wasn't the MCU because he did Johnny Storm, and now he's Captain America.
Okay.
So and someone else who's crossed over, I don't know if you realize, is this guy. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
His name is Jamon
Hansu?
Yeah, Jamon Hansu.
So he has crossed over. He was in Guardians of the Galaxy, and then he was in what DC movie was he in?
Was it a DC movie? Because I thought I saw him in a recent Marvel. Like, I think he's in Captain Marvel.
Yeah. No, he is. But no, hold on. But hold on.
Wait. Bob. Come on, Bob.
Okay. So he's in Aquaman.
I didn't see Aquaman, so
Yeah,
don't
right,
talk
right.
about it anymore.
Well, it's he's crossed over twice because he did Guardians of the Galaxy, and then he was in Aquaman, and then he was in Captain Marvel, and now he's in Shazam.
Oh, okay.
So he's bounced back and forth. It's really funny.
When is Shazam coming out?
April.
Ah,
It's along other things in April coming out.
make it come out sooner.
Uh-uh.
That one looks really good.
Endgame is also coming out in April.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
That's one that honestly don't care.
About what?
I don't care about Endgame.
I do.
Why?
Because I want to see the story, the conclusion, and I kind of liked that movie,
What?
the first one.
The first Infinity War movie? Really? What'd you like about it? Did you like how everybody was an idiot and nothing made sense?
No, not that part in particular.
Okay. Remember how Wakanda, the most advanced
I don't. Okay, no.
civilization?
We've been through this. I understand that the logic holes are huge, and so I enjoy it as just a superhero beat 'em up movie. That's the reason I enjoy it. I like seeing those heroes on that scale fighting alongside each other.
Like, I'm willing to admit that. Actually, it's not an admission. Like, I'm telling everybody these are just kids' movies to sell toys. I think the children of the world deserve better entertainment. Like, it should have more thought, and feel real and have a moral and teach you something about yourself and explore sometimes complex, maybe even advanced ideas.
Yeah.
And this is just crap, just CG crap. Michelle Pfeiffer, what was she breathing? Come on. She's smaller than an oxygen molecule.
Sorry.
Can we talk about it?
No.
Okay.
I can't help you there.
All right.
Hellboy is also coming out in April.
Hellboy is one of those things that I don't know.
This version of Hellboy looks really fun to me.
This version of Hellboy looks like it has an 80s song associated with it.
Which song?
I don't know. Play the trailer again. It's like I think they're doing "Every Day" by Buddy Holly. That's probably not it. If it was "Every Day" by Buddy Holly, that would actually be charming.
Yeah.
It was like Hellboy just ripping people in half. It's like every day, it's getting closer, going faster than a roller coaster.
Oh, this is the Red Band trailer. So hold on to your shorts.
What does that mean?
It means this could be kind of like a rated R trailer.
Okay. Okay.
On an island off the coast
That's
of
Hell Island.
something was summoned from the depths of hell.
And
Something that would end mankind.
I love those 3D glasses.
Nazis in 3D.
You worried about? Did it
Oh boy,
show up?
the three-handed whammer.
You did.
We know who that is. That plays Hellboy.
Yeah, that's Paul McCartney.
And yet you take me in.
He's the sheriff on.
Hello, son. Made me a goddamn.
That's Hop.
Huh?
That's Hop.
Where's
Yeah.
my fucking violin?
Stranger Things.
Listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Out there's a 5th century sorceress who wants to bring down the curtain on London and the world.
Okay.
Homework.
Already.
Because he's fighting a witch person.
Yeah.
That's what he does. He's Hellboy.
Right. But it's just like it's this woman and she wants to destroy the world. I'm Ian McShane.
Appreciate a prophecy more relatable.
Okay. It's like when you it's like any time in the last 20 years when you've opened up a comic book and the big plot was that the bad guy wanted to rob a bank. Like, okay, we've seen it. We know that you have enough money to pay for the CGI. I don't.
This just looks gnarly because I feel like they're not pulling any punches on this. I think the effects look good.
Like, Golden Army was an interesting idea, you know?
It was, but it wasn't a great movie.
I like it. I actually like it. What was the first Hellboy about?
Remember?
Oh, yeah, they were trying to transform Hellboy. They wanted him to become a weapon to open up a... Yeah, they just, they wanted to make Hellboy the villain. and for him to fulfill his destiny as a
Right.
demon.
Right.
Yeah, interesting idea. You know,
I guess.
this is
I like this.
this witch woman has CG powers.
I love it. I love it when they like. This is the same reason I like the. And we didn't get into this too much earlier, but the Doom, I think 2016 when that game came out, the rehash of Doom, and that game is fantastic in that it goes all in with this fucking like, I'm the Doom guy and I'm just gonna destroy everything.
Yeah.
Right, and they just don't hold any punches. It's just gruesome. It's bloody. It's gory. Like this.
That's something that not a lot of games do.
I know, and this movie
know?
though,
It's something that a lot of movies do.
No, I know, but I'm saying, but what attracts me is how I feel like they're going all in, and it feels like they're not, like I said, not pulling any punches. Where the old Hellboy, I felt like they made him PG-13. Where this looks like a little bit gorier. It looks like they're not going to care.
See, that's never a draw for me.
It looks like just fun. It looks just like fun for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dark Pheonix. Okay, I don't know anything about this movie coming out, but I want to see it, and I want you to see it. Johnny Dim,
Yep.
play the damn thing.
All right.
All right.
All right. Here you go.
Okay. First off, Pheonix is warm because she's fire, so
Why did you make me do that?
anachronistic. That's loud.
Look at me. Focus on my voice. I'm not giving up on you, Jean.
She was my friend.
You're my family, Jean. No matter what.
Stop.
Is that why Mystique is such a bitch nowadays? Just that one thing?
You're special, Jean. And if you stop fighting that force inside you, if you embrace it,
Who is that?
you will possess the very power of a god.
Every time I see his bald head, I have to laugh. Every time.
She'll kill us all.
Crush his face.
Tell me how we fix this, Charles. Tell me what to do. I don't know what to do.
They don't understand
That's gotta be a Diamond Girl.
what they feel.
Diamond Girl?
That's not her real name.
Emma Stone.
Emma Watson.
Emma Frost.
Yes, Emma Frost.
Fight, protect her.
I'm scared. And when I lose control, bad things happen to people I love.
The girl dies.
She's still Jean. We can still help her.
Oh, Scott.
You want to believe people are something that they are not. By the time you realize who they are,
Scram!
it's too late.
You know who that is, Johnny?
Storm?
That's Storm, goddess of the winds.
Call back to a stream we did.
She's coming.
She's gonna fuck shit up.
Did they play that explosion noise like too soon?
I
Okay. I mean, it looks more interesting than Doom and Hellboy.
don't know. Oh yeah. No.
It looks more interesting than Hellboy.
Nah.
It does, because this is this is kind of like
shit.
Hellboy 1. They're trying to we need to get rid of that madness.
Looks crazy.
Okay.
All right, I got it.
Is that a Howard the Duck movie? Is that no, that must be
No,
Pokemon.
that's Psyduck. Yeah.
Yeah, from Pokemon.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, it looks more interesting only because, like, this is a story about a hero with an uncontrollable power inside of them, and so like you have those moments where like she's lamenting what she's doing versus when she's literally going power mad, or if that's another personality inside of her or another entity inside of her.
Does Marvel, the MCU, now that they have the rights back for X-Men, do they keep any of this stuff in canon?
Yeah, all of it.
Okay.
Because like they look at Iron Man as like the great beginning of superheroes. But the thing is that Fury said there are others out there like you, you know, people with fantastic abilities. And the thing about the X-Men is that they've always been a covert group. They have not been seeking attention. So just let this play up, or maybe you might even recast or just say these people are older now. Because I don't know what year they want to say it is. It wasn't Apocalypse, wasn't that the 80s? I think it was the 80s. So actually that's difficult. I don't know, time travel. Just do time travel.
Eventually they're gonna do something where you get different realms, realities, or whatever clashing. Eventually they have to do that. I would think that's where all this is eventually gonna head, as far as the MCU, because they're gonna run out of the other stories, I think, and they're just gonna want to do something bigger and grander.
Dude, never gonna happen. It's too good an idea. But you're right.
Yeah.
This is how we get into Marvel Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Secret Wars would literally be the Beyonders saying, "Hello, MCU reality. Hello, hello, reality that started with Fox. Boom! See what happens when you guys have to go at it."
Right. Absolutely.
Too good of an idea for them to use. Never gonna happen. Not in a million years.
Well.
Yeah.
There go my dreams.
Yep. Every single last one of them. Who would play the Beyonder? He looked straight up.
He's the guy who dresses in white, right?
I mean, if you like, he's...
Well, in the original comics, I thought that's how he dressed.
Okay, so there's...
Well, now I have to look it up.
There's Secret Wars and there's Secret Wars 2. And I don't know why Secret Wars 2 happened or why it's called Secret Wars.
Yeah, he's dressed in white. That's when you Google it. That's what you always find.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. Throw him up there.
Okay.
How much time would it take?
No. I got it. I just got to switch over to the this guy here.
Oh, it's just going to be a Google page, right?
Yeah. There we go.
All right. Okay, so Secret Wars 2, so Secret Wars 1, there was this guy named there was this thing. You can't even call him a guy. There's this thing called the Beyonder. And he wanted Earth's mightiest heroes and Earth's greatest villains to duke it out on this thing called the Battle World.
Right.
The Battle World was this reality that he made specifically for this purpose. And
okay, you can see him there.
So, oh wait, Johnny, just sit up a little bit. Can you bring that frame down so?
Yeah, I can. I gotta get it back.
Okay.
I got it.
But they're gonna see all of your pornography, Johnny, if you let them see the tabs.
There you go.
All right, so.
My head's in the way.
Fast forward to Secret Wars 2, and this isn't actually this right here. This, how do I point at there? Okay, and so this isn't actually from Secret Wars 2, but Secret Wars 2 was the Beyonder comes to Earth because he wants to know what it's like to be human. So when he becomes human, he becomes this.
Oh.
Yeah.
So is he just like a more... Because he's got these really...
that's Secret Wars 2. That's Donny Osmond right there.
Who's this? Is that the same guy?
I think that's just...
Earth 691.
I think that's just a Rob Liefeld version of it.
Secret Wars 2. Yeah. So what does he look like when he's not in human form?
Nothing.
He's just an entity?
His form is truly irrelevant. Like he is ephemeral in nature, a force of nature itself. It is to ask, what does gravity look like? Okay. So.
Well, he's thinking or something.
Something. Who cares? I don't like the Beyonders. He's a pain in the ass, is what he is. Wait, why are we talking about this guy? Oh,
because I had a theory.
I was going to ask you who you would pick to play the Beyonder now that Donny Osmond.
Donny Osmond.
You can't.
I can't.
Too old.
Too old.
Too expensive. Actually. Yeah. Relative unknown.
He might be retired
because we need we of course are going to have the Beyonders universe line of movies.
I think.
So we need somebody with some.
Pete Holmes.
Yes, 100% yes. It should be Pete Holmes. Put him up there.
I would love him to play a
Put
villain.
up the gawkiest
Yes.
picture of
And
Pete
it would be
Holmes.
really annoying, which is I think what he needs to be.
Hi everybody, my name is the Beyonder. I am glad you could all be here on Battle World today,
There he is.
especially since I abducted you.
Yep.
So good on you for showing up. We're gonna be fighting. We're gonna be fighting one another. My idea was heroes versus villains. If you want to mix it up a little bit, maybe a little bit of betrayal. Spider-Man, your theming has always been a little kind of a bad guy. You're venomous. You're a spider. You know, webs and it just.
This is great. This is a great.
When
idea.
I was a boy, I played with you as a bad guy on the villain side. So just do it.
Here he is, John Mulaney. I love it. I love that idea. and if you have not seen it, go see the Badman. I think they call it Badman.
Yeah, Badman.
Yeah, which is his Batman character.
Really funny. I guess you'd call them internet skits or YouTube skits.
Yeah,
they're made for college.
little
humor.
web series. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Johnny, did you have any other prepared segments for us?
Oh no, we're way over time.
We're over time? In that case, I think it's just about time to say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. I'm just gonna go through all these pictures of Pete Holmes.
Yeah, which is how we should end absolutely every episode.
Yes.
But if you haven't already, on whatever platform you're watching us, go ahead and leave us a like, a comment, and subscribe. There's a way to do that on every single platform, you know, whatever they call it. And join us next week for a little bit more of the WarPod, the official podcast of Warlocks Entertainment System, your go-to place for pop culture news in Houston and around the world. I'm Zach Nanimus.
I'm Johnny Dim.
Don't say your name. They already heard it.
Why'd you say your name?
Because they like me better.
Oh.
I need that. Don't take that. Cut the feed. Cut the feed.
Can I have my torso back next show?
No.